It's part of the culture here. Yeah.
I asked him like, oh, do you have any classes today? He's like, well, apart from the one that I skipped.
Did he take attendance again?
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I'm Irene. You saw my admission journey. But that's just one story. Today we're extending the picture. You'll get a glimpse into two more journeys. The interview stress, the first month reality check, and what it truly feels like to be a student at Fudan University. Let's hear it from them.
I was very excited because I was evaluating different masters and this one was the most exciting one. I got accepted at Nova Business School in Portugal. It wasn't exciting enough for a master because I would be in Europe. I know Europe, I'm from Italy. So I was really looking forward to do something different. So when I hit Sublimat, I was very excited because big opportunity opening for you, like going to China.
So when I was applying, I think I applied pretty late compared to most people. I was applying around April time. I remember actually getting a reply from Fudan after having submitted my documents that this is on the last day, 31st or 30th, whatever it was, that something was wrong and I needed to fix it immediately. And I was in the middle of a meeting with like people in my bachelor's group, stressed out. There's a lot of documents and there's a lot of things to prepare, but as long as you give yourself time to get all the documents, because some things do take a bit of time, it should be 100%. The interview. I have not heard one person who actually had a good interview.
The interview, it's really tough. So if there is like someone that wants to apply, I would suggest to get the interview very well prepared because I thought it was just something that I could handle without preparation. So that was also like my bad. I didn't prepare enough. Like you're writing your thesis, recheck it. Try to understand like how you're writing your thesis, why you're writing it, how you're doing it. Especially, I feel like the interview was very quantitative based. So they pay a lot of attention to statistics, microeconomics. So the interview can be very technical. So I would say focus on that.
I looked up all the websites to what sort of questions they're going to ask and what answers do they expect, how much detail, all this here. Got into the interview. It was the most ominous feeling. There were two guys blacked out on screen and then these four teachers were asking questions. So, the interview was absolutely nothing like anything I had researched. It was completely different. But they asked me questions specifically about what I'd written in my personal statement. They picked apart, for instance, I mentioned I was in a club that took part in stock trading. So they asked me very specific questions about that, like how much money was involved, what companies did I research, what position did I have within the club, that sort of thing. But the overall feeling I got, at no point did they say, oh, yeah, okay, that's very interesting, or that's like a good answer or anything. It was just very, I'll write that down, Yeah, and then after the interview, I was almost certain that I had failed. And I've heard that from other people too, that they got no inclination that it went well.
I thought I'm not gonna be accepted. They asked very tough questions to me. I wrote my thesis on the economic model of US compared to the China one, inspired by a book called The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio. And during my interview for Fudan, they asked me a lot of stuff. Did you do econometrics in bachelor? I was like, no, that was not part of my bachelor program. And so they follow-up questions. So how can you write your thesis? I was like, what should I reply you? I don't know, I'm just writing it. And then they asked me a few questions about my statistics background. So it was rough because it was also Beijing time zone, so I had to wake up very early.
Okay.
It was like 3 a.m. in the morning, and I was like all dressed at 3 a.m. And then you hop in this call, and there are like 5 teachers, so it's like 5v1. It's just it's not really comfortable, and it was rough.
The one interesting thing I will say, actually, they asked me, because I'm from Northern Ireland, which is, they thought that was quite an interesting place. They asked me about Northern Ireland because of the whole Brexit situation. So there are people out there who are from perhaps a unique part of the world. They may ask you a question too about that, but that's cool.
During my interview, I talked about like a leadership classical question, like tell me about like an episode where you showed leadership. And I talked about the time during my bachelor where I started like a community where we were talking about investment and finance and career in general. So I think that probably was something that got appreciated. I think it's something that it's positive, you know, when you create something and you maybe you tell to people that something that could be useful. Maybe my job experience before applying to Fudan, I worked in the biggest bank in Italy for 1 year. So there was real work experience, and I think that's something valuable.
Probably, as I mentioned,
The stock trading?
it would have been the stock trade, because it's quite a unique, even for universities in general, to have a club where you have a group of students and we spent real money. It was provided by like private companies that supported the club. So I think we were trading about £70,000 sterling.
Wow.
Which is obviously a lot of money, and I think that level of responsibility and the actual hard work and the dedication that you had to put into that is probably something that made my application stand out. I would say eye-opening.
Overwhelming.
Because my first time in China, so that's going to be eye-opening straight off the bat, and then how Fudan as a university, as a society or as an institution works, how they do things very differently here to getting internet. Like all these little things are so stressful, but at the same time, there's parts of life here that are, oh, what? That's so simple and easy. Why haven't other places just done that? Like having a student card to pay for food in the canteen and like all the apps and stuff. It's all these, so that's, I would just say eye-opening. There's a lot of realization to come to.
Overwhelming because there is a lot going on. Like you meet tons of people, you do a lot of stuff, you travel, you go to classes, you study, you do sport with them, with like your colleagues and friends. And it's really nice, but sometimes it's too much. But it's like in a positive, overwhelming in a positive way, like a lot.
So Chinese economy?
I mean, Chinese economy is really good.
Okay.
I really like it. Because before coming here, I didn't quite understand China. China is many things at the same time, and it's hard to grasp. And I feel like Chinese economy gives you like a feeling about China. And that's very important. It's like, I think it is one of the most important things, like have a sense of what China is.
The teacher was just very open and honest about how things work in China. She just explained in very straightforward language the culture, the history, and to me, I really appreciated that because coming from a country in the West, you have a certain view on China and a certain view that's fed to you. But this class immediately, as I say, was eye-opening.
Yeah.
Just completely changed my view, and I thought, yeah, that's amazing. Just the way that they're so honest, they're so straightforward.
I feel like the teacher, she's very fair.
Yeah.
Like she's not trying to hide anything. She's like, this thing is working, this thing is not working, and she gives some reason why it's not working. We covered the state-owned enterprises. So basically it's an enterprise that has a major stake owned by the government. And she can easily say, those are not as efficient as a private company. The weather, I would say. It's
The weather.
so hot.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was hot, but not this humid, not this stickiness. Like that's rough.
It's the little things that you don't even think about, like getting Wi-Fi. Like the process of getting Wi-Fi is it's such a pain. And getting, if you aren't already in China, getting like a mobile SIM card,
Yeah, the SIM card. Yeah.
getting that set up, getting like the bank account, all these things, and you don't know where to go. Where is the Bank of China branch? Which building do you go to get the Wi-Fi? And especially in your first week, it's all sort of very stressful and it all piles on top of you a wee bit because you have this very long list.
Yeah.
And on top of all the forms you have to fill out. So it's all those wee things. That's, to be honest, just getting over that mental hurdle.
Yeah.
Getting all these little things checked off, for me, didn't see that coming because, as I said, it's very different from where I come from.
Asymmetry of information, like it's really hard to find everything you need and all the knowledge on the website. Like booking a room in the dormitory, which one should I take, which floor, which one is better, should I face the north, should I face the south, how much am I really paying, when can I move in, like very small questions that all combined that really make the experience kind of rough, especially if you live like on the other side of the world and it's the first time you're moving to China and maybe you don't speak Chinese. I mean, university, if you're listening, give us a buddy, like just give us someone that already did this and they can help us.
At the beginning, even if you come with people from a previous university or everything, there will 100%, I can guarantee, moments where you will be by yourself. Even for me, there's moments where we see a group of people going out and they maybe didn't invite you and you're thinking, oh no, like, have I said something? Or maybe they just don't like whatever it is. And in those moments, that's tough. That's because you're in a new country, new university, you want to make friends, and then you feel a wee bit alone. But I think it's very important to just do your own thing. Like, go do something, go for a run. Like you said, go for a run or go to the gym. If you play an instrument, whatever it is, just go do that, because that is a challenge you will face. And but I think that's an important part of it too, because once you get past that and you do get your group of friends, it's all the more rewarding.
Yeah. And that's a wrap. Massive thank you to Stefano and Samuel for sharing their stories, and thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this gave you a broader and more authentic look at Fudan University. If you still have some questions that weren't answered, leave them in the comments below. If you want to see more behind the scenes at Fudan University, make sure to hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one.